I have traveled galaxies and light years to convey a vital message. We have learned on our planet about something that happens quite frequently on Earth: mass shootings. These incidents, often occurring in sacred spaces such as schools and churches, result in children being hurt or killed. My fellow elders and I are struggling to comprehend this violence, as it is unfamiliar to us. We have recently discovered a book that's available to Earthlings on Amazon.com that pertains to this issue. It is called Donkeys, Humans, Butterflies, and Guns by Robin Alexis. This touching parable follows a donkey and a family of butterflies as they navigate the complexities of human relationships with firearms. This book offers valuable insights and lessons. To promote peace and understanding, I have been invited to host a discussion and reading of this book on the Believe Me Movement YouTube podcast. I encourage those interested to access this book by going to Amazon.com and searching for Alexis, Donkeys, Humans, Butterflies, and Guns. I encourage all of you to obtain a copy of this book and then discuss it with the entire family. It is of utmost importance. And most importantly, don't forget Donna the donkey and Billy the butterfly and all of Billy's friends want you to look up and see that their very important message is love is always the answer. My fellow elders and I would like to thank Robin Alexis and Ken Sylvester for allowing me to host the show this week. And I would like to thank them for this really cool swag I received. I cannot wait until I get back to my planet to show off my new The Believe Me Movement hat. And Robin asked me to give a special shout out to Elizabeth Diane, who designed the cover and the book and all the illustrations inside. Your exceptional artwork and attention to detail are greatly appreciated. And last but not least, a special thank you to Ken's little brother, David Sylvester. We would like to thank Dave for all his hard work as our videographer and editor. And now it's time for the moment we have been waiting for. The special reading of Donkeys, Humans, Butterflies, and Guns by Robin Alexis.
Donkeys, Humans, Butterflies, and Guns by Robin Alexis. Donkeys, Humans, Butterflies, and Guns is a parable about a donkey and a family of butterflies, and how they see the human dilemma concerning guns. Albert Einstein famously said,
"If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself."
Mr. Rogers knew this. He explained everything in terms that a 6-year-old can understand. Mr. Rogers once asked, "What do you do with the mad that you feel when you feel so mad that you could bite?" Well, he would tell us to stop, stop, stop. When we're angry, to breathe and to think, and choose to do something that won't hurt anyone else. In other words, even if you've always been more like a stubborn donkey, You can choose to transform and behave like a gentle butterfly. May the story about how animals see each other and how they see us help us all to become better humans. This book is dedicated to responsible gun owners everywhere. Billy the Butterfly had a special affection for Donna the Donkey. Billy knew that as a butterfly, he would have only up to 30 days maximum to live. He was going to make sure that Donna knew how much he loved her before his butterfly days were over. He spent much of his time perched on her ear, whispering words like, "We may be very different from one another, but you are my love, and I will never leave you." One hot autumn day, Donna was in an apple orchard, working with a human. Billy was keeping her company, whispering in her ear as she worked. The human paid no attention to Billy, or to Donna either. Donna tripped over an apple on the ground, and she fell. And all the apples in the basket she was carrying on her back tumbled out of the baskets, rolling everywhere. The human got very angry, cursing in multiple languages. The human didn't help Donna get back on her feet. He didn't pick up the apples and put them back in the baskets. The human didn't ask anyone else to help. He just got mad and then started kicking Donna. Donna the donkey lay on the ground, unable to move. Every time the human's steel-toed boots struck her belly, she groaned in pain. Donna came to her senses. She had to get the human to stop kicking her. "Golly," she muttered to herself, "maybe I was a little bit distracted, but it feels like he's trying to kill me." Still, all of this thinking did nothing to get Donna back up on her hooves, and she was stuck. Donna the donkey must have been psychic. A moment later, the human screamed in more horrible foul language, "I am going to kill you for ruining my apple-picking day." The human pulled out a concealed gun and aimed it at Donna the donkey. As he took aim at Donna, the human tripped on some apples, just as Donna had done earlier. But even that didn't give the human pause. Oh no, he ignored his own misstep, but became even angrier at Donna. In desperation, using his butterfly superpowers, Billy, who had been watching in horror, summoned his butterfly friends to fly around the human to confuse him. They were hoping for a miracle. As they flew to the rescue, they all fluttered as loudly as they could, saying, "It is not okay to kill the donkey." But the human wasn't listening. The butterflies knew they had to do something now. Billy, along with hundreds of Billy's butterfly friends, attacked, madly fluttering their wings. They all landed on the human's hands. They were trying to stop his finger from firing the gun. Their plan didn't work. The human pulled the trigger. Billy and all the other butterflies tried to create a barrier to protect Donna from the human's bullets. But butterflies are no match for even one bullet, and certainly not for many bullets. It was a bloody massacre. A donkey, many butterflies, and many apples were blown to smithereens. When he was done shooting, the human was covered with blood and butterfly guts and applesauce. After the human fired the gun, all the other humans who were working in the apple orchard left their own donkeys and came running. They yelled, "We have to ban guns!" One small human looking aghast at the heap of dead butterflies on top of a dead donkey, surrounded by smushed apples, innocently asked, What will happen to the gun that did this? There was dead silence for 1 second as the adult humans stared at the child, wondering what she meant. They decided it was a nonsense question from an ignorant child and went back to yelling about banning guns. While the humans were yelling about banning guns, Donna and Billy and all the other butterfly souls floated up to heaven. They looked down on the chaos below. Even though they knew none of this was their fault, they were still distressed that they had been unable to stop the human from using his gun to express his anger. What happened to the murderous human? Well, the police came and the human who shot the gun got arrested for bringing a loaded weapon into a public orchard, for potentially endangering other humans, and for destroying the orchard's owner's property. He was led away in handcuffs. On the evening news, the news anchor announced that the human had been released from jail on $500 bail. They gave him his gun back and sent him home. Donna the donkey, Billy the butterfly, and all of Billy's friends looked at the humans below with sadness. The entire situation was just simply overkill. They were glad to be away from the insanity. Billy and Donna looked at each other, shocked and suddenly delighted, aware that once their souls had left their bodies, they were together in the heavenly realms. Surprise! It had never mattered that one of them was a butterfly and one was a donkey. Love transcends death. Love transcends physical differences. No humans, no guns, can stop the pure and eternal power of love. Their beloved butterfly friends were with them in heaven too. Woo-hoo! Donna and the butterflies had a meeting in heaven. Donna said, maybe when humans feel themselves getting mad, they could just pause for a moment and take a deep breath. They could hold their breath for a few seconds and then exhale slowly, and maybe put a hand over their heart and thank it for beating. Billy the butterfly snarked, maybe humans need to have their hearts examined, along with their heads, before they are allowed to bear arms. The butterflies all waved their butterfly wings in enthusiastic agreement. One butterfly asked, how can we tell them that? Humans don't understand us, remember? We all got shot to death. Billy the butterfly suggested, maybe we could make a cloud that forms the right words in every human language. The other butterflies all thought it was worth a try, and Donna the donkey agreed. The butterflies created beautiful message clouds all around the world, telling people to examine their hearts and their heads. But no humans have looked up yet. Donna the donkey, Billy the butterfly, and all of his butterfly friends are still waiting for at least one human to look up and see their message. Will you be the first to look up at the clouds?